There are moments in your life when the silence of heaven feels unbearable. You pray, you wait, and nothing seems to move. Every door that once opened easily is now locked. Every person who once stood by your side begins to fade away one by one until it feels like you are standing alone in a cold and empty room. But what if I told you this pain, this deep, soul-crushing silence, is not punishment but preparation? What if this is not rejection but a divine redirection into your true calling? The chosen ones always walk through fire before they shine. That's the law of heaven. No crown without a cross, no anointing without agony. The very thing that is breaking you right now is shaping you into something sacred. You may not see it yet, but heaven is working behind the veil. God is not ignoring you. He's isolating you to instruct you. You see, when God calls someone higher, He often removes the noise. He removes distractions, comfort, and even people you thought you couldn't live without. The pain you feel is not meant to destroy you. It's meant to refine you. Think about gold. Before it shines, it must go through fire so intense that it loses everything impure. And that's exactly what's happening to you right now. You asked God to use you, didn't you? You asked for purpose, for power, for clarity, for a deeper connection with Him, but you didn't realize that the answer would come in the form of pressure. Because God never promotes without pruning. Every chosen soul must first walk through the valley before they stand on the mountain. When the storm came, you thought you were being punished, but God whispered, "No, my child, I'm protecting what I placed inside you." Some blessings must be hidden until they are mature. If He revealed your destiny too soon, others would try to sabotage it, and you would not yet have the strength to carry it. So He hides you. Through pain, through loneliness, through seasons that don't make sense. Look closely at your life right now. The things that are falling apart are not accidents. The relationships that ended, the jobs that collapsed, the opportunities that slipped through your fingers. They're all part of a divine choreography. God is rearranging your surroundings so that your soul can evolve. He's removing what's temporary to make room for what's eternal. Do you remember Job? He lost everything, his wealth, his family, his health. And still he said, "Though He slay me, yet will I trust Him." That's the sacred call of pain. It's the kind of faith that doesn't need proof to believe. The kind that worships even while weeping. God uses the language of loss to reveal the depth of our loyalty. And when you remain faithful in the fire, the flames themselves become your witness. Pain is the holy classroom of destiny. It teaches you obedience when comfort cannot. It humbles your ego, silences your pride, and forces your heart to listen to heaven again. The chosen ones don't become powerful because life was easy. They become powerful because they learned to keep trusting when everything inside them wanted to quit. There's something about suffering that unlocks divine intimacy. When everyone else runs from you and all you have left is God, that's when you discover who He really is. He's not just the God of miracles. He's the God who sits with you in the ashes. He doesn't just part the sea. He weeps beside you before leading you through it. Every tear you've cried has been counted. Every sleepless night is recorded in heaven. You are not forgotten. You are being forged. The angels assigned to your life have not left you. They are standing watch, silently guiding you through this passage. Even when you feel abandoned, heaven is still active. Archangel Michael guards your path. Gabriel carries the messages of strength you cannot yet hear. Raphael tends to the wounds you cannot yet see. You are surrounded, even in solitude. And when this season is over, you'll realize why it had to hurt so much. God wasn't trying to break you. He was breaking the shell that kept your spirit small. The pressure you feel is birthing expansion. The pain that felt like death is actually resurrection in disguise. You were never meant to blend in. The fire you're walking through now is proof that you're marked, set apart, chosen for something beyond the ordinary. Others may mock your faith, misunderstand your silence, or call you foolish for still believing. But God smiles, because He knows you're being trained to carry light in a dark world. And soon, everything will make sense. The very things that made you cry will become your testimony. The betrayals will become wisdom. The losses will become oil for your anointing. You'll no longer resent the pain. You'll thank it, because it revealed who you really are, a vessel of divine resilience, a mirror of God's endurance, a warrior with wings forged in suffering. So if right now you feel empty, misunderstood, or forgotten, breathe. You are not behind, you are being built. God is preparing you for a moment so holy that even your past pain will bow before it. When heaven prepares a chosen one, it doesn't give explanations. It gives elevation. But before elevation comes separation. Before revelation comes isolation. Before resurrection comes crucifixion. And that's exactly where you are, in the sacred middle where it hurts the most, but heaven is closest. This is not your ending. This is your transformation. The silence will soon turn into songs of victory. The tears will become rivers of strength. And when God finally says, now, every delay, every loss, every heartbreak will make sense. Because it was never just pain. It was the sacred call of destiny, and God was preparing you all along. There comes a time when God hides you, not to punish you, but to prepare you. It's the silent chapter between who you were and who you're becoming. This is the season of divine isolation. It's not a coincidence that people have walked away. It's not an accident that you feel unseen, unheard, and misunderstood. God separated you because your spirit was beginning to outgrow your surroundings. You see, when you are chosen, your journey cannot look like everyone else's. The crowd can't understand your process because they weren't called to carry your purpose. God had to pull you away to protect your seed. There are things inside you that heaven has been developing in secret. Ideas, wisdom, revelation, spiritual authority. And not everyone around you could be trusted with that. So He hid you. It feels lonely, doesn't it? Like you've been forgotten. But the truth is you've been set apart. Just as a sculptor covers his masterpiece before it's revealed, God is concealing you until the time of unveiling. He's working on the details, not just what the world will see, but what the world will feel when it encounters you. Isolation is the womb of transformation. Every chosen one has to pass through it. Look at Moses, 40 years in the desert before he ever faced Pharaoh. Look at David, anointed as king, but hidden among sheep before the throne was his. Even Jesus went into the wilderness before he stepped into his public ministry. Heaven always hides its treasures before releasing them, and you, beloved, are one of those treasures. This isolation is not abandonment. It's divine incubation. God is developing spiritual muscle within you. When you feel forgotten, He's teaching you to depend on His voice instead of the validation of others. When no one reaches out, He's teaching you to find comfort in His presence. When opportunities dry up, He's training you to trust His timing. Every closed door in this season is sacred because it's protecting your elevation. There are conversations you're no longer invited to. Don't chase them. There are people who suddenly grew distant. Don't beg them to stay. There are places that no longer feel right. Don't force your spirit to fit where it no longer belongs. Your isolation is a sign that God is shifting your atmosphere. He's separating you from the old so He can align you with the new. You may not see it yet, but this separation is holy. You are being repositioned, not demoted. God is quietly building a platform for you that no man can destroy. The reason you've been hidden so long is because the weight of your calling requires foundation. Heaven doesn't rush greatness, it perfects it in the dark. Listen closely. The wilderness is not where you lose yourself, it's where you find yourself. When everything is stripped away, what remains is your true identity. No titles, no applause, no distractions, just you and God. That's where faith becomes real. In the silence, that's where obedience grows. In the unseen, that's where strength is born. In the solitude that feels like exile, but is actually elevation in disguise. God knows that visibility without maturity is dangerous. That's why He's keeping you hidden until you're strong enough to stand the weight of your destiny. He's teaching you patience. He's shaping your heart to handle favor without pride, authority without arrogance, blessings without forgetfulness. You are being trained for longevity, not temporary applause. The angels are watching over you during this season. Michael guards your spirit when warfare comes in the form of loneliness. Gabriel whispers truth when your mind fills with doubt. Raphael tends to your soul when exhaustion sets in. You're not alone in your wilderness. Heaven walks with you. But isolation also reveals what cannot come with you. It's not just people. It's habits, patterns, fears, and mindsets. The old version of you can't enter the new dimension. You're shedding layers, releasing emotional baggage, letting go of everything that keeps you small. The more you surrender, the lighter you become. The lighter you become, the higher you rise. Sometimes you'll feel forgotten by heaven because God stops answering the way He used to. But that's not because He's silent. It's because you've outgrown the language of your old season. He's teaching you to hear Him differently now, not in the thunder, not in the crowd, but in the whisper. When you start to crave stillness instead of noise, discernment instead of validation, that's how you know you're evolving. Remember Joseph? Betrayed by his brothers, thrown into a pit, sold into slavery, and locked away in prison. Yet all of it was preparation for the palace. His isolation was not evidence of rejection, but of divine selection. God hid him where no one could see him, because where he was going, not everyone could follow. The pit was part of the plan. The prison was part of the promise. And so is your season of silence. When you're isolated, your spirit begins to tune into heaven's frequency. You start hearing instructions you couldn't hear before. You begin to dream clearer, discern deeper, and see with spiritual eyes. You realize that God didn't remove people to hurt you. He removed them because your destiny would have been delayed if they stayed. You realize that every delay, every no, every goodbye was divine protection. So don't resent your solitude. Embrace it. It's the sacred space where you meet the version of yourself that God always saw. It's where your anointing matures and your purpose finds voice. It's where the old wounds begin to heal and your power begins to rise. There will come a day when God says, now. And when that day comes, everything you endured in silence will speak for you. The same people who questioned your absence will witness your elevation. The same ones who left you will see that God never did. You'll walk out of this season glowing with a light not of this world, the kind of light that can only be birthed in isolation. You are not losing, you are ascending. You are not being ignored, you are being introduced to a higher dimension. The wilderness may look like emptiness, but it's holy ground. Every tear you've cried here is watering your next harvest. Every night you spent wondering why will become your testimony of how. Don't rush it. Stay faithful. Keep praying even when heaven is quiet. Keep trusting even when nothing makes sense. Because the same God who led you into isolation will lead you into revelation, and that revelation will lead you into elevation. When God finally releases you from hiding, you won't just rise, you'll soar. You'll understand that the isolation was never meant to break you. It was meant to birth the unshakable version of you, the one prepared for divine destiny. The silence is not empty, it's sacred, and your elevation is closer than you think. There comes a point in every chosen soul's journey when peace suddenly turns into warfare. You were doing everything right, praying, fasting, forgiving, staying obedient. Yet suddenly, everything started falling apart. People began turning against you. Your finances dried up. Your sleep became restless. The air around you thickened with unseen pressure, and you whispered, God, what did I do wrong? But heaven replied, "Nothing, my child. You did everything right. That's why the battle found you. When you carry divine light, darkness notices. When you carry destiny, resistance rises. You are not under attack because you're weak. You're under attack because you are dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. The enemy doesn't waste energy on those who pose no threat. The warfare you feel is confirmation of your assignment. Look around you, the sudden storms, the misunderstandings, the inner chaos. None of it is random. You have been marked by heaven, and the moment that mark becomes visible, spiritual opposition awakens. But remember this, no battle reaches you without passing through the permission of God. If the storm came, it's because heaven knows you can withstand it. You see, the devil doesn't fight what he doesn't fear, and he fears what's inside you. He fears your voice, your obedience, your influence. He fears what will happen when you fully step into your divine authority. So he tries to break you before you realize who you are. But what he doesn't understand is this. Every time he attacks, he actually strengthens your spirit. The more he pushes, the deeper your roots grow. The more he takes, the greater your anointing becomes. Because the chosen ones don't collapse in battle, they transform in it. Remember David standing before Goliath. The giant wasn't just an enemy, he was an announcement. His appearance signaled the beginning of David's elevation. The battle was the bridge, and the same is true for you. What looks like your greatest fight is actually the door to your next dimension. Don't mistake warfare for abandonment. God is closer to you in battle than in comfort. He's training your hands for war and your heart for endurance. Every spiritual fight builds unseen strength. The sleepless nights, the heaviness in your chest, the invisible resistance, it's all preparing you for authority. The reason it feels like the pressure never ends is because your calling is not small. You are being prepared to carry something eternal, something that will touch lives, shift atmospheres, and break generational chains. You are being trusted with influence beyond what you can see now. That's why the battle is so fierce. When the warfare comes, don't panic. Stand still. Worship through the storm. Speak God's promises even when fear whispers otherwise. The battlefield may look chaotic, but heaven's army surrounds you. Archangel Michael is not far from your side. His sword gleams with holy fire, defending what God has destined for you. Gabriel is there too, releasing divine messages into your dreams, assuring you that breakthrough is near. Raphael heals the emotional wounds that battles leave behind. You are never fighting alone, even when it feels like it. Every attack has an expiration date. Every season of warfare has a divine boundary, and God always uses what was meant to destroy you to push you toward destiny. Look at Joseph again, betrayed, imprisoned, falsely accused, but it was those very battles that positioned him in the palace. The fight is not a sign of defeat. It's the evidence that a promotion is on the horizon. Sometimes the battle won't be external. It will be internal. The mind becomes a battlefield where doubt, fear, and faith collide. You'll hear whispers saying, "You're not enough. You're forgotten. You failed." But those are not your thoughts. They're attacks meant to weaken your confidence in what God spoke. When that happens, don't entertain them. Speak truth out loud. Say, "I am chosen. I am protected. I am equipped. I am not alone." Every declaration weakens the enemy's grip and strengthens heaven's hold on you. The enemy's goal is not to kill you. It's to distract you. He knows he can't stop God's plan, so he tries to wear you out until you stop believing. That's why your greatest weapon in battle is rest in faith. When you stop fighting in your own strength and start standing in God's promise, the war begins to turn in your favor. It's not your job to win every fight. It's your job to stay faithful in the midst of it. Victory is God's responsibility. Endurance is yours. He's not asking you to be fearless. He's asking you to trust even when afraid. Because faith doesn't mean the absence of fear. It means moving forward despite it. If you're in a battle right now, remember, storms don't form over empty seas. They form where there's treasure. There's something precious inside you, and that's why the warfare is so intense. You are being guarded, tested, and refined for what's next. And when this season passes, because it will pass, you'll realize something profound. The battle wasn't sent to destroy you, but to introduce you to your spiritual authority. You'll notice you pray differently, speak differently, discern differently. Your very presence will carry the vibration of someone who has walked through fire and survived with peace intact. There will come a moment when you'll look back and understand why God allowed the fight, because through it, He was teaching you who you truly are. Not a victim, not a wanderer, but a warrior, a light bearer, a divine instrument shaped by resistance and refined by faith. So, lift your head, straighten your shoulders, wipe your tears. You may be in a battle, but you are not losing. You are learning. You are being equipped to move with authority, to speak with power, and to carry divine presence wherever you go. The warfare is proof that the promise is real. The pain is proof that heaven trusts you. The resistance is proof that the light within you is rising. When the battle finds you, don't ask, "Why me?" Ask, "What are you teaching me, Lord?" Because after this, you will walk with wisdom that can't be taught, only lived. You'll rise with a peace that can't be shaken, only earned through fire. And when others see your strength, they won't just see you, they'll see God in you. The battle is not your enemy, it's your unveiling. There is a sacred silence that comes after the battle, a stillness that feels heavy, almost holy. You've endured betrayal, loss, misunderstanding, and long nights of warfare, and now you find yourself standing among the ruins of what used to be. You've survived, but your heart still asks, "When will justice come, Lord?" You've watched those who hurt you walk away unscathed. You've seen liars rise, manipulators prosper, and the proud seem untouchable. You've wondered, does God see this? Does He care? And heaven's whisper answers, "Yes, I saw every tear, I heard every cry, and I am not finished yet." God's justice is never delayed. It's divine timing. While you were fighting battles in the natural, He was moving in the unseen. While they mocked your pain, angels were recording every word, every deed, every injustice done against you. For the chosen ones, vengeance is not a weapon of flesh. It's the silent sword of divine law. Heaven has a record, and heaven always repays. You see, God doesn't just restore, He multiplies. He doesn't just vindicate, He elevates. But before He does, He tests the posture of your heart. That's why He asked you not to retaliate. That's why He told you to stay quiet when you wanted to shout, to forgive when you wanted to curse, to walk away when your ego wanted to fight. Because divine justice only operates through surrendered vessels. The reason you haven't seen revenge is because God is preparing redemption. He's not interested in making your enemies suffer. He's interested in making you shine. The more they pushed you down, the higher He's about to lift you. The more they tried to destroy your name, the stronger your testimony will become. What they meant for evil, He's already turning for good. God's justice is not loud. It moves like wind, unseen, unstoppable, precise. You'll wake up one morning and realize that everything they stole, God has restored with interest. The same mouths that spoke against you will be forced to speak your name with respect. The same eyes that rolled in mockery will witness your divine rise. But it won't happen the way you imagine. God doesn't embarrass your enemies. He educates them through your transformation. He blesses you in front of them, not to shame them, but to reveal His mercy. Because when they see the light of grace on you, they'll know it wasn't luck. It was the hand of God. Think of Joseph again. His brothers betrayed him, sold him into slavery, and left him for dead. Yet years later, they stood before him in need, not knowing the very one they tried to destroy was now the key to their survival. That's divine justice, quiet, poetic, and perfect. God never forgets the pain of His chosen ones, but He always repays it through purpose. So, if it feels like heaven is slow, remember, He's building something eternal. Divine justice doesn't just settle scores, it establishes legacy. You are not just being vindicated, you are being positioned to carry authority that your enemies could never take from you. God is not just clearing your name, He's crowning your spirit. There's a reason the scales of justice are balanced in heaven's courtroom. For every lie spoken against you, truth is being woven into your future. For every door that was shut unfairly, God is preparing 3 that no man can close. For every betrayal that broke your heart, He is aligning divine connections that will heal it tenfold. You may not see the evidence yet, but the shift has already begun. The energy around your life is changing. What was once resistance is now momentum. The storms are quieting because the Judge of Heaven has rendered His verdict, and He has declared enough. Don't worry about how or when. You don't need to prove your innocence. You don't need to explain your side. The truth always reveals itself when God shines His light. And when it does, every shadow that tried to hide will flee. Every false tongue will be silenced. Every hidden plot will unravel before your eyes. But your role is not to gloat, it's to rise. Because while justice is for them, elevation is for you. The energy of divine vindication will lift you into rooms where you once felt unworthy. Doors will open that no human effort could force. People who dismissed you will seek your wisdom. The same hands that wounded you will one day bless you without understanding why. And you will stand there not with vengeance in your heart, but with peace, because by then you'll know the truth. That God was never punishing you, He was preparing you for justice that heals, not harms. Sometimes divine justice looks like promotion. Sometimes it looks like peace. Sometimes it looks like God removing you from the noise and giving you a new beginning so clean that no residue of the past can follow. However it comes, it will be perfect. Archangel Michael has already executed the heavenly order of protection over your life. Gabriel has already announced your restoration. Raphael is tending to the wounds left by injustice. You are surrounded even now by divine forces ensuring that not one tear you shed was wasted. You may not feel it yet, but in the realm of the Spirit, your case is closed. Heaven has ruled in your favor. The tables are turning quietly, powerfully, permanently. You'll know it when the peace returns, the kind of peace that no circumstance can disturb. You'll know it when the opportunities start finding you without striving. You'll know it when your name, once whispered in gossip, starts being spoken in gratitude. Divine justice is not about making things fair, it's about making things holy. It restores balance to what was broken, not just around you, but within you. It teaches you to let go, to bless those who cursed you, to walk with mercy even when you've been wronged, because you finally see what they could not, that your story was never about revenge, but revelation. The chosen ones are never forgotten, never forsaken, never left unavenged. Their lives are the living proof that heaven watches, records, and redeems in its own divine time. So hold on, stay silent when you're tempted to explain. Keep walking even when others don't understand, because soon the very ones who thought you'd fallen will have to say, "It was God, only God." And when that moment comes, you won't need to say a word. Your life will be the testimony. There comes a sacred turning point in every chosen soul's journey, the moment when the night begins to fade and the first light of dawn touches your spirit. You've carried the cross of pain, isolation, and betrayal. You've walked through the wilderness, through the valley, through the fire. You've lost, surrendered, and waited in silence. But now heaven begins to whisper, "It's time." The season of hidden suffering was not in vain. Every tear you shed was watering the ground of your next harvest. Every heartbreak was chiseling your heart into something pure enough to carry power. Every no from God was a redirection toward a greater yes. Now the promise begins to unfold. The crown after the cross. You see, the law of the Spirit is always the same. Before exaltation, there must be crucifixion. Not a literal one, but the death of everything that cannot go where God is taking you. You had to die to pride, to people-pleasing, to fear, to your old identity. You had to let go of who you thought you were so you could step into who you truly are, the chosen, the anointed, the vessel of light. And now, after everything you've endured, heaven is releasing what was always yours. Not just blessings, but authority. The kind that cannot be taken, only trusted. You've passed through the tests that break many, and your faith has proven stronger than the fire. The same storms that tried to destroy you have now purified your spirit. When God crowns you, it's not with gold or jewels, but with wisdom, peace, and presence. It's the unseen glory that radiates from your being, the kind of glow that can't be faked, can't be earned, can't be imitated. It's the glory that comes only from intimacy with God. The world may see your success, but heaven sees your scars. And in heaven's eyes, those scars are beautiful. They are proof that you endured the crucifixion of the old self and emerged as a living testimony. You no longer carry the energy of desperation or revenge. You carry calm authority. You speak softly, yet heaven moves when you open your mouth. You've become one with divine timing. That's what the crown represents. Divine authority through surrender. The chosen ones are not crowned because they are perfect. They are crowned because they refused to give up when everything collapsed. They kept believing when faith felt like foolishness. They chose forgiveness when bitterness seemed easier. They carried their cross without knowing a crown was waiting. Now that crown rests upon your spirit. It's invisible to the world, but radiant in the realm of heaven. You've been elevated, not just in circumstance, but in consciousness. You no longer react the same. You no longer crave validation. You've outgrown the need to prove yourself. That's what happens when God finishes his refining. Peace becomes your proof. And now heaven is beginning to manifest everything that was once prophesied over you. The doors that were locked are opening easily. The resources you lacked are finding their way to you. The same people who ignored you are now seeking your presence, drawn to the quiet power that flows through you. But remember this, the crown is not for comfort, it's for service. God didn't elevate you just to bless you. He elevated you to use you. You've been entrusted with influence to heal, to teach, to inspire. The authority you carry is not for domination, but for compassion. The same pain that broke you has now become the language you use to heal others. You've been made a bridge between suffering and salvation, between despair and hope. Every chosen one who wears the crown must remember the cross. Never forget the nights when you prayed with no answer, the mornings when you rose with trembling faith. Those moments keep your spirit humble. They remind you that your strength was never your own. The greater the elevation, the deeper the humility must grow. Because the crown is heavy, it carries responsibility. It attracts eyes, expectations, and even envy. But you've been prepared for it. The same isolation that once hurt you is now your armor. You've learned how to move in silence, to act with grace, to speak only when heaven instructs. You are no longer reactive. You are responsive to divine timing. You've entered the realm of divine flow, where things align naturally because your spirit and heaven now move in harmony. That's the beauty of divine maturity. You no longer chase what belongs to you. It simply finds you because your frequency now matches your purpose. You've reached a stage where material blessings no longer impress you. Peace does. Where applause no longer fuels you, divine alignment does. That's how you know the crown fits. It's no longer about being seen, it's about being sent. Look back for a moment, not in regret, but in reverence. Every wound, every betrayal, every dark night was a thread in the divine tapestry. Without them, the masterpiece wouldn't be complete. What looked like chaos was choreography. What looked like loss was positioning. You were never abandoned. You were being anointed in the dark. Now, as the light breaks through, heaven calls your name. Arise. You've carried your cross with faith. Now carry your crown with grace. The angels that once surrounded you in battle now rejoice in your victory. Michael stands guard over your new territory. Gabriel announces your restoration. Raphael walks beside you, healing the remnants of the old season. This is not the end. It's the beginning of divine purpose fulfilled. You are stepping into a life that mirrors heaven's design. The same power that raised you from despair will now flow through you to raise others. Your voice will bring comfort to those still in their wilderness. Your presence will bring calm to those still in battle. That's the mark of a true crown, not the sparkle of glory, but the radiance of grace. You've become living evidence that suffering has meaning, that faith is stronger than fear, that obedience opens doors no man can close. You may not have realized it yet, but this, right here, is the moment you were being prepared for all along. The silence, the storms, the separation, they were never random. They were the sacred shaping of a soul chosen for divine greatness. And now heaven smiles. The circle is complete. You carried the cross. You endured the fire. And now you wear the crown, the mark of one who trusted God through everything. Not because you were perfect, but because you were faithful. There comes a sacred stillness after the storm, that divine silence that no longer feels empty but holy. The noise has faded, the tears have dried. You've come through fire and shadow, and now something within you feels different. There's peace where pain used to live. There's clarity where confusion once reigned. This is the unveiling, the moment when heaven begins to reveal what all of it was for. You see, God never wastes a wound. Every sleepless night, every unanswered prayer, every betrayal that broke your heart was part of a divine equation. He was forming something that couldn't be built in comfort, a strength that only comes through surrender, a depth that only grows through loss. You were never being punished, you were being prepared. Every delay was alignment. Every detour was destiny redirecting your path. Now the purpose begins to unfold, like dawn spreading across the horizon. You start to see it, how one moment of obedience created a ripple, how one act of faith changed the timeline of your life. You begin to understand why you had to walk alone, because your calling required a level of purity and focus that could not be cultivated in crowds. You were hidden because your oil was sacred. The unveiling of divine purpose is rarely loud. It doesn't come with fireworks or public applause. It begins quietly, in the spirit. A knowing, a calm authority. You wake up one morning and realize you no longer need validation because you are the validation. You no longer search for signs because you've become one. You no longer question, why me? Because now you know. It had to be you. You were chosen because your heart could endure what others could not. You were chosen because you would still praise even when you didn't understand. You were chosen because God knew that when He blessed you, you would not forget Him. That's divine trust. And that's what purpose feels like. It's not about fame, it's about faithfulness. It's not about position, it's about impact. When God unveils your purpose, it's as though heaven takes the veil off your spirit, and the world begins to see who you truly are. The same people who once overlooked you begin to sense your light. They can't explain it, but they feel it. That divine glow that follows those who walk with God. It's not pride, it's presence. You carry the aroma of heaven. But here's the truth few understand. Purpose is not a destination, it's a revelation. It's the daily unfolding of God's plan through your obedience. It's saying yes to the small promptings, the quiet instructions, the things that make no sense to the world. It's when you forgive when you have every reason not to. It's when you give even when you have little left. It's when you love again even after being broken. That's how purpose breathes, through action, through surrender, through trust. And as you live it, heaven aligns people, places, and opportunities around you. Suddenly you start attracting divine connections. You meet people who speak the same spiritual language, who see your light and mirror it. You find yourself in rooms you never thought you'd enter. Doors open, not because you chase them, but because your frequency matches your destiny. The unveiling also brings restoration. What was stolen is returned, multiplied. What was lost is found in higher form. The peace that once felt unreachable becomes your resting state. God redeems everything, even the things you thought were wasted. He takes your pain and transforms it into purpose. He takes your wilderness and makes it your witness. Now you begin to understand why He kept you waiting, because He was aligning everything. Had He given it to you earlier, it would have crushed you, but now you can carry it with grace. You no longer seek to control outcomes. You simply flow with divine will. That's the sign of true transformation. When you no longer panic, you perceive. You no longer strive, you surrender. In this season, your purpose will speak louder than your pain ever did. The same tears that once fell in darkness will now water the seeds of others' healing. You will recognize people walking through the same valleys you've conquered, and you'll know exactly what to say, not because you read it in a book, but because you lived it. That's why your story matters. That's why your scars are sacred. The power of your purpose lies in your authenticity, in your willingness to be real about where you came from and how God found you there. The chosen ones carry a testimony that breaks chains. Your words will comfort the broken. Your presence will awaken sleeping souls. Your faith will spark miracles. You are not meant to blend in. You are meant to shine as evidence that God is still alive, still moving, still redeeming. Every miracle He's about to release through you is not just for you. It's a signal to others that hope is still possible. You become the living proof that divine timing is perfect, that obedience is never wasted, that light always wins. And yet even now, God whispers, stay humble, stay close. The unveiling is not an ending. It's the beginning of divine partnership. You are now walking in rhythm with heaven, co-creating with the Holy Spirit. Your life becomes a prophecy in motion, a song of grace written by God Himself. There will still be moments of uncertainty, but this time you won't fear them. You've learned to trust the silence. You've learned that when heaven hides, it's not rejection, it's refinement. You've learned that delay does not mean denial, it means design. And so, as this chapter unfolds, the world begins to see you not as who you were, but as who God always knew you'd become. A vessel of light, a carrier of truth, a reflection of divine love. You walk with new eyes, new posture, new peace. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer fight for visibility, because the light within you now draws what's meant for you. The pain that once buried you has become the foundation of your purpose. The same fire that tried to destroy you has refined you into gold. Now every step you take is sacred. Every word you speak carries weight. Every breath is a reminder you made it. The unveiling of divine purpose is the moment heaven and earth agree about who you are. It's when destiny catches up to faith. It's when you finally understand that everything, every delay, heartbreak, and tear was the choreography of divine love. You are no longer who you were. You have become who you were always meant to be, a chosen one, a living miracle, a vessel of heaven's glory on earth. And as you step into this new season, know this: the journey never truly ends because purpose keeps unfolding. Every time you love, every time you forgive, every time you shine light into darkness, God moves through you again. This is the sacred call fulfilled. The pain prepared you, the fire refined you, and now purpose reveals you. You are seen, you are anointed, you are ready. Heaven has unveiled you, and earth will never be the same again.